Hello, happy Transfer Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of the month, so we have quite a bit of transfers to go over, especially since last week was also a paycheck week. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, I'm Kathy, and here I am sharing my budgets and my journey towards paying off debt and saving and investing with my family of 3, which includes me, my husband, and our toddler daughter. We currently have about $500,000 in debt, and we are really focusing on paying that off in the near future so that we can lower our monthly expenses, so that hopefully within a year or 2 I can quit my job and become a stay-at-home mom. Currently I make a little bit more than my husband, and he doesn't want to quit working, whereas I do. So we have to really trim our expenses down so that we can live off of just his salary. I think that we currently have enough saved in our investment accounts that we may not have to keep contributing to them in order to have enough at retirement. So basically, we just need my husband's salary to cover our everyday expenses, and also he will be contributing to his retirement enough to get the employer match. So I guess technically we are coast fire because of that, because we probably will have enough in investments by the time we reach retirement age. However, to be on the safe side, we are continuing to invest as much as we can. And if you're new to Transfer Tuesday, it's the day of the week where we try to make money moves in a positive direction, either paying down debt or saving and investing. As I mentioned, my family is doing both of those things. And this week we have both debt payments and investments to go over. So first of all, as I mentioned, last week was a pay week, so I will go over our automatic paycheck contributions first, starting with my retirement loan repayment. That comes out every paycheck. It's a total of $236.22. And this is working towards paying down my retirement account loan that I took out as a down payment for my house. I took out $50,000 back in August of 2021. And every 2 weeks I've been making that same $236 payment with every single paycheck. And I have brought the balance down to about $33,600. We were planning to really focus heavily on paying this off starting this month after we had paid off our truck loan last month. However, there might be some other things that we plan to do this year, and so for now we're not aggressively paying extra towards this loan. We're just keeping that money in savings. Now, this loan currently has a 4.25% interest rate, but I am paying that interest back to myself, so it's not like I'm losing out to any bank by not paying this off early. And our high yield savings account earns us about 3.95%, I think, still. And so having that money just sitting in our high yield savings account is growing almost as much as what we're losing towards the loan. So for now, we are not aggressively paying this back, and we're just holding the money in savings until some things shake out over the summer, and then we will probably contribute a large lump sum towards this loan, depending on if we decide to do some other things with this money. But just as an extra buffer, we are saving this money up, even though we do have an emergency fund should anything crazy come up. But we do have some possible expenses. We are thinking about remodeling the bathroom, although that might not happen. We also have some maintenance on the pool, which might cost a lot, but we do have a sinking fund for home maintenance. So hopefully, if there's any real work that needs done with the pool, we should be able to cover that with our home maintenance sinking fund. But just for some extra peace of mind for me, right now, I'm not aggressively paying off this loan and just saving the money instead. So that is deducted from my paycheck every 2 weeks, and I also contribute to my retirement account. Right now, I'm only contributing 4% of my pay because that's what I need to contribute to get my employer match, and that's a total of $209.22. And as I mentioned, my employer offers a match. It's pretty generous. They do a 200% match on your first 4%, which means they contribute 8% when I contribute 4%. And they also do a base contribution of 2.5%. So this 10.5% is $549.21 that they contribute every 2 weeks towards my retirement. So with my loan repayment, with my contributions, and with my employer contributions, that's just about $1,000 that gets contributed to my retirement account every 2 weeks, which I think is a pretty substantial amount, although nowhere near the max that I can contribute. Now moving on to my husband's paycheck. He got paid last Friday and his company offers a 3% match. This is actually going to be changing in July. That's one of the changes that are coming up. His company is going to be offering, I think, an 8% match, which is pretty significant, but they won't be contributing to his HSA anymore. But 3% of my husband's pay is $126.92, and then his employer matches that exactly for another $126.92. And so that's everything for our automatic contributions from our paychecks. We also had some other automatic contributions. I contribute to my Acorns account, which is an after-tax brokerage, and right now I'm not really focused on contributing to this, and so I just have like the bare minimum turned on the app, which is a monthly $5 recurring contribution and roundups. And last week I had a roundup occur, and that was for $5.84. And also yesterday I had my $5 recurring contribution. So in the past week, $10.84 has been invested in my after-tax brokerage account, and that account is currently at about $17,000. I was kind of focused on this a couple of years ago when I was also maxing out all of my retirement accounts and doing a mega backdoor Roth, but we've had to cut down our expenses pretty significantly, especially since our daughter was born, and we've had to start paying for daycare, and so I'm not really focused on this account anymore. But I am still keeping it open because I'm afraid that if I close it, I'll lose out on the very inexpensive subscription fee that I have been grandfathered into. I currently only pay $1 per month for Acorns, and I think that anyone who starts out new on the lowest tier probably pays at least $3 or $5 a month. So I don't want to close this account or end my subscription because then I'll never get this good deal again. So moving on from investments, we have one more debt payment to go over, and this is our mortgage, which comes out on the first of the month every single month. We currently pay $2,630 towards our mortgage, and this includes principal, interest, and escrow, which covers our property taxes and our homeowner's insurance. I'm thinking of removing escrow at some point and just paying the insurance and the property taxes on our own, mostly because we don't earn any interest in our escrow account, and I could be earning interest on my escrow payments. I think I currently pay around $600 a month in escrow, and that $600 could get me a few dollars in interest if I just kept it in my own savings account. We're currently not really paying any extra towards our mortgage. I think it's actually just an extra $2.45 or something, just to round it up to that $2,630 instead of having some random change number in there. But our interest rate is really low. It's like 2.8 maybe, and so I'm not planning on paying any extra towards this anytime soon, like anything significantly extra, just because, again, we could be earning more in interest in our savings accounts. It would be nice to eventually be debt-free and get this paid off, but we're focusing on our other debts first because they're higher interest rates, except some of the student loans. And I think having just this one monthly payment towards our mortgage will definitely be doable on just my husband's salary. Our mortgage is now a little bit over $432,000. I think originally it was like $470,000. So we've made some progress in about 4 years that we've been paying it off. I think about $900 of our payment goes towards the principal, and then it's about $1,000 towards interest. And we're getting very close to like the point where our principal is more than our interest, and I'm pretty excited for that crossover point when we're paying more towards principal than interest. I think it's not scheduled for another like 2 years though, but it's very close. But that is everything for our transfers today. Let me know in the comments if you made any money moves and what goals you're working towards. I would love to hear about them. And if you're interested in seeing more of my family's journey as we work towards paying off this debt while also saving and investing a little bit, then I would love to have you subscribe. Thank you for being here.